Hello, everybody. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some ways that you can protect yourself if you're an empath. First off, there are several different ways you could be an empath and might not even realize it. When I first learned that I was an empath, I didn't really understand because I physically take on the characteristics of certain ailments that people around me have. So I kept having an earache, and I'd go to the doctor, and they'd tell me that my ear looked completely normal, and yet my ear still hurt. And then later I found out that my best friend had an earache for a few months, and it wasn't being treated. And so you might pick up their physical energies that, like I was doing. You might pick up emotional things from them, and it might be that you only pick up emotional stuff from people that you're super connected to, really close with. Or you might just pick up random people on the streets energy, and you'll be a lot more sensitive to the vibes of different rooms, just like sensing the energies of objects even, in the room, people, animals, things like that. Some empaths can even sense the energetics of food. So if a certain type of food, even if it's not an animal, they might feel the different energies from how that plant was grown, or how the meal was prepared, things like that. So empaths can be super sensitive to any type of energy around them. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person's energy. So being an empath, it's very important to protect yourself. Some of these ways are grounding yourself. I'm going to go into a lot more detail in future videos about ways to do all of these different things. So grounding yourself is one of them. The things that you wear is really important. So you want to tend to go towards the more natural stuff. My favorite when I'm very overwhelmed is to wear silk. And I have even put it over my head as a headdress because a lot of my energy comes in through the back of my head. Well, not my energy, the energies around me come through the back of my head, and so I like to protect that, and I wear silk there. Also wearing cotton is really beneficial. And then certain colors. For me, it's white and lighter colors, but our bodies are really sensitive to what we need. So you might not need to wear white. That might not be a color that's going to be very grounding or strengthening to you. Your color might be black. So one of the ways that you could do this is just go to your closet, close your eyes, have the feelings that you want to be feeling: calmness, peace, balance within yourself, your own energy, and run your hands along all the clothes in your closet and feel which one feels the best. Not thinking about what that article of clothing is, but energetically, which one feels the best? Which one are you drawn to? And then see if you feel better when you wear that one. The other thing is the type of clothing. So for me, whenever I'm very kind of like out there, a lot of people's energy is just like bombarding me, I will often prefer to wear loose, flowy items of clothing, especially dresses and skirts. But that is what makes me feel stronger in my own body. But it's not necessarily going to make everybody else feel stronger. So really go based on what your body is telling you feels good. So if you wear really tight pants and that makes you feel more powerful, then wear that. Really listen to your body and know what your body is telling you to do. The next thing that I do is I wear crystals. So this is a citrine necklace. Citrine for me is very empowering because another chakra that I struggle with, or another place of energy leakage is my solar plexus chakra, which is right under the rib cage, and it's yellow. And citrine is a very empowering stone for the solar plexus chakra, and it's also a very protective stone, and so that's the one that I go to. There's other ones that are really helpful, but really trust your intuition. And if you're looking at crystals and you say, "Ooh, I love that one," and you pick it up and it makes you feel good too, that's the crystal that you need, because your body is really really wise about what is your specific block that you're having trouble being strong with. So if your root chakra is having difficulty staying strong, then you might want black or red stones to help strengthen that. But you might be having trouble with your heart chakra, and so pink and green stones might be more beneficial, or even quartz crystal, which is just an amazing stone all on its own. And so just kind of feel into your body, and whatever you're drawn to visually, whatever you're drawn to emotionally or physically, those are probably the ones that are going to be most beneficial to you. Trust your body. You know best. You really do, I promise. Sometimes it just takes a little practice to really feel into your body. So the next thing that I use are different metals. The different metals have really beautiful properties, and so my go-to is silver and gold. I have a little bit of heart issues. Sorry, there's my cat in the background. Hopefully she won't try and join the video. But so I have heart issues. I have celiac disease, which also messes up with the heart. And so I go to gold, which is really strengthening to the heart, and it helps with the circulation. And so once I get my heart stronger, then I'm able to kind of ward off the other energies. And silver is a very feminine, empowering metal. And that's another thing that I have struggled with in the past to support myself. So those are the two that I go to, but there's all manner of other metals. And again, just trust your intuition, which one is speaking to you the loudest. A lot of people are drawn to copper. So just trust what you feel most drawn to. Next is breath work. So when we breathe, most of us don't breathe properly. We breathe very shallowly in our chests, about right here, and that's pretty much it. So what you want to do is completely breathe down into your stomach and really feel the breath completely penetrating your whole body. You can even breathe with the intention of breathing into your feet, and that is even deeper breathing. There's also different ways to breathe, holding your breath certain ways, breathing through one side or the other of your nostrils, different ways of breathing. So just focusing on breathing deeper, for one, is very beneficial, but there are other ways that you can do breath work. Next is yoga, and for me, I tend to feel more supported when I'm doing yoga on the ground, in the sitting positions or even laying positions and things like that. But sometimes I prefer to do warrior pose. So I'm standing up, I'm very strong, and I'm out there, and I'm hey, pushing against these energies. This is where my body is. I'm very setting my boundaries. So once again, just trust your intuition. Maybe do a yoga sequence and see, ooh, I liked that one. That one made me feel really good. and then stay in that pose a little longer, and maybe find other poses that are similar to that one to continue that practice of strengthening whatever that pose is strengthening for you. And next is meditation. So I do a lot of meditations, and when I meditate, often I will do it focusing on my body. So I'm not really trying to clear my mind of any thoughts or anything like that. I'm kind of just open. And if thoughts come to me, then they come to me. And if they don't, then they don't. And it's not a big deal, but I'm really focused on my body, and I'm focused on where my energy is. And then if there's an energy in my body that's not mine, I'm like, oh, okay, where are you? Like, where's your boundaries, and can I release you? So with the meditation and yoga and breath work, I like to do them all really simultaneously. It's hard to do them all at once sometimes. But just really kind of relaxing into the yoga poses, relaxing into my breath, and relaxing into the meditation, and just focusing more on where my body is and where the rest of the energies are that are around me. And there's different exercises that I like to do to remove the energies. So if I have located that there is an energy that's not mine, that's in my stomach, then I might, or let's say it's in my heart, then I might move my hand around and then kind of pull out the energy, and then just pull it out and release it out. There's different energy medicine exercises. Energy medicine was developed by Donna Eden, and you should definitely check out her books, her YouTube videos, anything. She's incredible. I'm planning on doing more work with her training, but I haven't done as much as I want to yet. So there's different exercises that she's presented in her book that I've read that are really beneficial. My favorite are the 4 thumps. I'll go through those really quickly, and then I can go in a little bit deeper in a different video. So the 4 thumps are under the cheekbones, which help to ground you. It's your stomach meridian, and so it's just kind of like balancing your energy. Next is under your collarbone. There's little indents, and you just tap here. This is your kidney meridian, and that helps it goes to your kidneys, which kind of wakens them up, and it's the life force energy of your whole body. It's almost like your breath. That energy is sort of like what comes through for your kidneys. The next is on your thymus, center of your chest. This helps to activate your immune system and just helps to keep you healthy, really strong. And then the last one is right here on the side of your ribs. And if it's tender, then you found the right spot. If it's not tender, kind of like wiggle around trying to find where it is. And that is the spleen meridian. And the spleen is it's like the queen organ, and it's responsible for harmonizing all of your organs. It helps to integrate different experiences. It helps to digest your food and just digest the world around you, different energies and things like that. And so for me, my spleen and point is normally very tender because I have a lot of energies, a lot of things that I'm always processing. And so as an empath, that's a really good spot to massage. If it is tender, you don't want to be brutally tapping it because that will bruise you. But you do want to give it more attention. Wherever there are sore spots on your body, that is a spot where there is blocked energy. And so you want to give it more attention, more love. And you can just rub it. That's always helpful. Or you can actually like massage it, just giving yourself a little bit more attention on those tender spots where the energy is getting stuck. So then we come to the chakras, and it's always really beneficial to balance all of your chakras. There are actually 12 chakras instead of just 7, as most people think. And when you're balancing your chakras, it's really important that you do not forget about especially the 8th and the 12th chakra. I find these are the most important ones to be balancing, because the 8th chakra is the earth chakra. Well, it's the chakra that connects you to the earth. And the 12th chakra is the chakra that connects you to the heavens. And so the 8th chakra is about a foot below your feet. And the 12th chakra, I think, is about 2 to 3 feet above your head. And once these chakras are balanced, then it creates this beautiful auric field around you, which helps to protect you and keep the energies at bay, so that your body chakras aren't just the only ones that have their defenses up to protect you, but you also have the auric and energetic defenses up, so that the energies aren't able to just like come at you. There are a few different ways that you can do clearings of the chakras, but I'll go into that later too. Next, I use incense. Well, I do use incense, but I prefer just straight leaves and things like that. So I use sage a lot of the time, and frankincense are my my go-tos. And then essential oils. And again, like I said before, you really want to just listen to what your body is saying to you. And so if something is making you feel more comfortable, then that's probably the smell that is going to be most beneficial to you. You want to find your balance, your calmness. You're not looking for what has worked for everybody else, because honestly, that might not work for you. Their problem is most likely not your problem. Not always. Sometimes, like, most people use sage, and so do I, and that one is really helpful for me. But not everybody is going to be helped by sage. So different incense and smells, herbs, things like that, those are really helpful as well. Teas. I find lavender is always one of the best teas to have, but not for everybody. So if you're somebody that is not soothed by lavender, then it's not going to be helpful for protecting you against other people's energies. It's going to make your defenses weaker. So just really listen to what your body is telling you that helps you. You really do know best. I can't stress this enough. Just please trust yourself. Trust yourself more. Don't always look to other people to tell you what has worked for them, because honestly, it might not work for you. And that has been my experience for most of my life. So that's why I'm stressing it so much. Next is food. Most people find that a plant-based diet is going to be more strengthening to themselves. But my grandmother cannot do that at all. She needs to eat meat. And maybe this is an energetic block that she needs to get over. But it doesn't really matter, because if she feels better doing that, then that's what she's going to do, and that's totally fine. Me, I'm a vegan, and that's how I feel better. But not just about meat. There's other things like grains that you could be eating that'll make you feel worse or make you feel better. Comfort foods like that. So really listen to how your body is responding to the foods that you're eating. If you are sitting down to a meal, mac and cheese, your comfort food, and during the meal you're feeling like super pumped, really good, this is great, okay, I'm feeling much better, more centered in myself, and then 2 hours later you're like, I feel horrible right now, this is awful, everybody's energy is around me, I don't know what's wrong with me, it's just horrible. might want to maybe not eat the food because it might be having an effect on you later down the line. So just really be mindful of what you're eating and then how you're feeling a few hours later, and if there is a connection between the two. And there might be other foods that you want to try instead. Fruit and vegetables are always wonderful ones to go to for the beginning, just to see like, oh, does this make me feel stronger? Does this make me feel calmer? I always feel an extreme reaction whenever I eat seaweed. I don't really like seaweed that much, but I can almost instantly tell a difference between like how my body was reacting before I ate the seaweed and how I react after I eat the seaweed, and I'm always a lot calmer and feeling a lot stronger. So just see what works best for you. And last are different calming activities. So sorry. For me, I really enjoy doing puzzles, and so whenever there's a lot of energies around me, I'll just like shut myself in my room, do a puzzle, and that helps to calm me down. I might do some reading or drawing. Maybe I'll go dancing. Maybe I'll just dance in my room. It depends on how much the energies are affecting me. And so sometimes when I am out dancing, listening to loud music, and just kind of like in the music, in the dance, then I can enjoy and handle being around a group of people. And it even like stimulates me more to have more of my own boundaries there when there's more people there. Other times I'm a little bit too bombarded by all the energies. It's a little bit too overwhelming. And so I just go and dance in my garage. And so it's really whatever you feel comfortable with, and your calming activities might be different than mine. You might enjoy playing music. You might enjoy going for a run, or, a whole number of different things. So just listen to what you like to do, and if it makes you feel better, then it's probably helping you to separate yourself and strengthen your boundaries from the other people's energies around you. So I hope all of this has helped you, given you some food for thought. Please listen to your bodies. Listen, you know best. I promise you do. You just have to get in the mind of actually listening to what you're saying to yourself. One of the ways that you can actually listen better is doing muscle testing. And there are a number of different ways to muscle test, and all of them work, but they don't all work for everybody. So you need to find which way works best for you. And that's one way that you can be more in communication with what your body is trying to tell you. So hope this helps, and I look forward to seeing you soon with more information about all of these different ideas. I hope you stay strong, and talk to you soon.